Hi, today is a strength practice and we are going to be working with our warrior poses. So let's go ahead and start at the top of the mat. We'll come into mountain pose. We're going to get moving right away today. Let's inhale, lift the arms to extended mountain. With the exhale, we're going to come into chair pose and bring the hands to the heart. We'll do that a few times. So let's lift up, stretch at the top, and then take that deep seat here as the hands meet at the heart. A few more times. So we're linking into our body here. We're linking into the breath. And we're linking the two together, the body and the breath, establishing that deeper relationship. Let's go twice more. Good, one more. Let's hold this chair pose. We're just getting started, so we don't have to go super deep just yet, but sit enough that you feel the challenge, you feel your strength, you feel your core supporting you. And we're able to stay with the breath and stay calm. Good. Let's take the extended mountain stretch. We'll hold this one for an extra breath or two, creating a lot of space here. Just enjoying the way that that space feels in your beautiful body. Let's land again, bringing the hands to the heart. We're going to hop in right away today. So we're going to come into our first warrior pose, warrior one, and we'll just step back here from the top of the mat. So let's step the left foot back. We're going to angle the back toes. We're going to bend the front knee. Our headlight hips shine to the narrow edge of the mat. Let's go ahead and just keep the hands at the heart here to start. So we're pressing into the outer edge of that back foot. We're pressing forward through the ball of the foot and the heel on the front foot. Almost like you want to stretch your mat out to be longer. Drawing the energy up through the inner thighs into the pelvic floor and hugging back through the belly. So we're sturdy and have a good foundation through our lower half. Let's lift the arms here. Warrior one. We're going to see it a lot today. We're going to flow through it eventually, but right now we're just establishing this pose, setting up a good foundation, really feeling it in the body. Setting it up nicely so that we'll know where to come back to throughout the practice. We'll come back to this sense of determination and courage and focus. Now let's open the heart. So we're going to take the arms back behind us. See if you can catch and hold behind the body, opening up the heart here, softening around the heart while you're still deep in this warrior pose, a strong posture. Virabhadrasana can translate as a gentle hero pose. That's the Sanskrit for warrior. So welcome a gentleness here into your body, even though you are strong and maybe you're still fighting for what you believe in. But there's a gentleness, there's a softness, there's a sense of compassion about you. We'll inhale here, and then we'll bow down into humble warrior. So surrender a little bit here, but trust your base. You still have that firm and steady foundation through the lower half. So it allows you to give in and surrender a little bit up top, knowing that humility and strength go hand in hand. As we come back up, let's go ahead and release the bind and come back up into our traditional arms here, warrior one arms. Let's take a breath in, and then as we exhale, we're going to just step back up to the top of the mat. And 3 times here we'll flow. So let's lift the arms to extended mountain, hands to heart as we sink into our chair pose. Let's do that again, inhaling high, exhaling nice and low. One more time here. Good, we'll stand, and then this time we'll just stay standing in mountain pose. Hands come back to the heart, and we're going to set up that warrior one on the other side. So we'll angle the back toes, bend the front knee, square the hips, and press to the outer edge of the back foot. Once again, let's just stand here with the hands at the heart, finding a connection there as we set the lower half nice and firmly nice and steady against the earth. We can then add the arms. Feel the big active reach up top, but try to stay at ease around the shoulders and the collarbone. And definitely stay connected through the core of the body. Let's keep the breath an active part of this warrior experience. So keep bringing your awareness back to your breath and keep moving it through your strong body. Good. Let's open the heart here. Catch and hold behind if you can. You can always just hug that imaginary beach ball if that's better for you today. Just come back again to that idea of having headlights here and just keep shining them forward. So that right gluteal muscle is engaged to keep the hips facing the narrow edge of the mat. We'll inhale, and with an exhale, let's bow down here. Your legs are strong and steady, and will keep you safe here so that you can give in, you can surrender up top. Good. Let's root to rise. So press down and then reach high. Big breath in. And then we'll exhale and just step back up to the top. And let's flow 3 times here. Inhaling. Exhaling, we sink in. Again, twice more. Good. Last one here. And let's take a seat. Good. We'll stand up, and then we're going to bring hands back to the heart again. So we're going to go out of order. We're going to work from warrior 1 to warrior 3. So let's see here if we can lift the left leg up. Now, if you feel wobbly today, that's okay. The ground is there for you. Just bring your toes back down. Okay. We're going to start to send the leg back, and likewise here, the toes could stay on the ground. If it works, you're going to keep lifting and keep tipping and bringing your torso towards parallel to the ground, to a horizontal shape. You could spread your arms wide here, or if you want that traditional variation, a little more challenging variation, stretch your arms forward with the arms right in line with the ears. Remember, use the ground at any point if you need that little extra support today. Let's inhale here. As we exhale, we're going to bring the knee back up and then just release. Take a breath, tune back in, feel your mountain pose and the sturdiness, the stability of this place. Now on the other side, let's lift up the right knee. We'll bring the hands back to the heart. We'll send the leg back. It can land or it can keep floating and reaching behind. You could spread your arms wide or you could shoot both of them forward. Good. One more breath in here. Exhale. Let's bring the knee up and then release. Good. So we're going to work with warrior 2 now. A little bit of a balance challenge involved as we take ourselves there. So just like we did before, let's lift the left knee, and then we're going to step it back, kind of stick the landing there in warrior 2 feet. So we can float the arms and then just take a look down. Again, we want to set these poses up really nicely and really connect mentally so that when we flow, we can be finding the same shape. So here we've got a glimpse of our big toe right on the inside of our knee. The heel is kind of swiveled back a bit. The toes are angled in just a little bit here. The shoulders sit right over the hips. And we just choose our own appropriate depth here, bending into that front knee and just aligning the knee, again, right out over the second and third toes. So this time, let's inhale, tip ourselves back into reverse warrior. And then with an exhale, we're going to cartwheel all the way down to the ground. And we're going to take our first down dog of the practice. Maybe child's pose is calling your name. If so, just listen and settle into that place instead. If you'd like to work with the yogi vinyasa, let's come forward into plank pose. Okay, knees or toes, you know your options now. Let's come halfway down. We'll go ahead and go all the way down. Take a little baby cobra here. Heart shines forward. And then we'll exhale back to resting pose of choice. Down dog or child's pose. Exhale a lot. Now to step forward, let's take the left foot followed by the right. We'll fold ourselves in half at the top of the mat. We'll reverse a swan dive here, lift up, and then exhale, hands come to the heart. So let's go ahead and pick up the right knee now. Deep breath in. And then as we exhale, again, we're going to step it back, angle the toes, anchor the back heel, and then float the arms when you're ready. Here's warrior two the other way. And then just kind of look down, check in with your body. Notice what you see. Try to find that nice knee alignment. Look down and see that your shoulders are sitting right on top of the hips. And then just send the energy out through all 10 of your fingers as you reach actively in both directions. Good. We'll inhale here. Exhale. Let's just tip it back, changing the breath a little bit. That's okay. And then we'll cartwheel it down and come back into down dog or child's. Once again, you can choose to either flow or rest here. Let's take a breath in, and then we'll step right then left to the top of the mat where we fold in half. Let's reverse our swan dive, reach to the rooftop, and then just land at the heart. So we're going to create a flow now using each of those poses. We'll go warrior one, warrior three, warrior two. We're going to call it a warrior dance. So we're just going to kind of dance with those warrior qualities, our confidence, our courage, our strength, our determination, even our humility and surrender along the way. So we'll have a couple of options throughout the flow. So I'm going to introduce it. This first time it's all standing, but in a little while we might add some more options. Okay, so let's see here. We're just going to step back into warrior one with an inhale breath, lifting our arms. It's the left foot stepping back. Now, as we exhale, we're going to take a big kind of breaststroke here, and we're going to go ahead and dive down into humble warrior. Okay, but we're flowing now. So on the inhale, we're going to come right back up into traditional warrior one. With the exhale, we're just going to step right back up to the top of the mat. As we inhale, that left leg will lift. We'll lift the arms. As we exhale, you're going to come into your variation of warrior three. Okay, we're introducing the flow, so let's pause here. I just want to remind you, you can have airplane wing arms. Arms could be forward. You could even keep the hands at the heart and the toes down on the ground. So lots of options for you here. As we inhale, we're going to come back up. Try to lift that left knee again. Maybe toes are on the ground. Exhale, try to stick your landing in warrior two. Good. As we inhale, we'll tip back. And now this time, as we exhale, we're just going to come right back up to the top of the mat into mountain pose. We're going to take our chair pose flow 3 times through. So inhale to lift, exhale to sink. So this is option number 1. In a little while, I'm going to give you a separate option. Let's do it one more time. And exhale. Good. We'll inhale, just lift. As we exhale, hands come to the heart. Okay. Let's step the right foot back now and find your warrior one right away with that inhale breath. As we exhale, we're going to dive in and reach for a quick expression here of humble warrior. We'll then lift back up as we inhale. With the exhale, we're just going to step up to mountain pose and bring the hands to the heart. Let's inhale and lift that right knee. As we exhale, express your warrior three however it works. Let's pause here again. Okay, eventually we're not going to pause, but I just want to remind you, you have a lot of options here. As we inhale, we'll come back up. As we exhale, we're going to step back and try to land as gracefully as possible in warrior two. It's okay if you wobble a little bit. This is part of the practice. Let's tip it back as we inhale. And then with the exhale, we're just going to step up to the top of the mat, mountain pose. 3 times we flow. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, chair pose. Twice more like that. Good. Last time here. Chair pose. Let's lift up. Inhale, extended mountain. And then exhale, hands to the heart. Okay, so we're going to flow it about 4 more times, so 2 to each side. You have an option now. So we do that 3 chair flow in between sides. You can stick with that. If, however, you want to work with a yogi vinyasa, it'll be about the same amount of time, same amount of breaths, and we'll do that instead. But if you don't want to be up, down, I get it. You can work with the chair flow instead. So let's go ahead and get it started. We're going to go 4 times through. Okay. So left leg is going to step back. Warrior 1. Let's inhale. Exhale. Go ahead and dive down. Catch and hold behind. Humble warrior. With an inhale, we'll lift back up in traditional warrior 1. Exhale. Just step to the mat. Mountain pose. Let's inhale. Lift the left knee. As we exhale, your version of warrior 3. Inhale. Bring it right back up again. Knee lifts. Exhale, stick the landing, warrior 2. Let's tip it back as we inhale. Now here's where you make a choice. Either cartwheel to the top to mountain pose or step back to downward facing dog. Either flow through your yogi vinyasa or flow through your standing chair pose a few times through. Once we get back to down dog, we breathe in. And then we step back up top of the mat, fold in half here. Let's inhale to mountain pose together. And then exhale, hands to the heart. Right side now, inhale. Warrior 1, step it back. Exhale. Humble warrior, dive into the depths of your surrender here. Reach back up into the confidence and the courage of your warrior 1. And then step gracefully here to the top of the mat. Let's lift the right leg up. Inhale. Exhale. The vulnerability of warrior 3, but feel confident as you spread your wings. Let's lift back up here. Inhale. And then exhale with a sense of control and determination as you land in warrior 2. Inhale. We'll tip back, reversing our warrior. You can cartwheel up to mountain pose or back to downward facing dog. You can flow through your yogi vinyasa, or you can flow through chair pose and mountain pose. Breathe in here, and then step forward here, fold in half. Let's meet up in a mountain pose as we gather the breath, and then just land at the heart. We're going to do each side 1 more time. Warrior 1, left leg steps back. Exhale, humble warrior, dive into the depths. Reach back up. Warrior 1. Mountain pose, hands land gently at the heart. Left leg lifts again. Exhale, warrior 3, your best expression here. Inhale, back up. Exhale, open up wide, long edge of the mat. Let's tip it back. And then choose your adventure here. Mountain pose or downward facing dog, yogi vinyasa, or a few rounds of chair pose. We'll step back up to the top, left, then right, fold in half, reversing our swan dive, lifting to mountain, and then landing at the heart. We're going 1 more time here. Right leg steps back, warrior 1. Humble warrior. Let's revisit warrior 1 last time here. Make it feel really powerful. And then top of the mat. We'll lift up, welcome a balance challenge, and then express your warrior 3. Come back up to the knee lift, and then step back. Last warrior pose here. Warrior 2, we will tip it back. And then 1 more time, you get to choose. Where do you want to take these next few breaths? These next few moments? We can step forward, right then left. Let's meet together an extended mountain. And then hands to the heart. Pause here. Find your beating heart. Find your breath. Feel the energy just kind of pulsating out through every cell of your body. That life just dancing in and around you. The qualities of strength, determination, courage, confidence, embracing a challenge, a little bit of humility and surrender on the way, along the way. Feel all of that here in these last few quiet moments of the strength practice, this warrior practice. Let's reach up together. Let's dive down. I'm going to bring you down to the mat because I do think these Shavasana moments are super important. We're not really using our time together so much to enjoy them, but I do hope that you're using your time on your own to enjoy some moments of stillness, some moments of meditation. So before you settle in, give your body whatever stretch or movement it may be craving. And then find a spot where you can be cozy and comfortable and still for a few moments. Honor and appreciate your body and the work that it did for you on your mat today. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.